Hey now, Star Wars fans, Matt Haywood here from the Star Wars Time Show, hosted at StarWarsTime.net. You can get it on iTunes, check it out right now. Anyways, we're here probably to do the final Star Wars Resistance video of the year, and that's because the show, well, it's been off the air for a few weeks, but we can't stop talking about it. Last week we did our top 10 moments from Star Wars Resistance Season 1, so today I'm going to go ahead and drop our top 5 wants for Star Wars Resistance Season 2. Essentially, what do we want to see next season? You know, considering where things left off, we're on a major cliffhanger here. What is going to happen with Kaz and the gang on the Colossus? And what's going to happen with Tam and them over at the First Order? So, here we go. These are 5 things we want to see or would like to see in Star Wars Resistance Season 2. Alright, so number 1, I want Tam, Tierney, and Pyre, Commander Pyre that is, to be the main First Order force that is charged with hunting down Kaz and the rest of the Resistance, I guess at this point, on the Colossus. So we know at the end of the first season that there's a cliffhanger. Kaz and them, they don't know where they're going. They're not going to the Dakar, so they're kind of out there. And we also know that Tam left her friends with Team Fireball to go join the First Order. So naturally, I want that dynamic to play out in Season 2. Tam, former Team Fireball, coming after Kaz and the group on the Colossus. I think it'd be fantastic. It'll have some great narratives in there. So please, let's pit friend against friend as foe and friend now. I think that'd be great. All right, number 2 is a no-brainer for me. I mean, just like the first season wove in a bunch of narratives and threads and actually added more lore to The Force Awakens, I want Star Wars Resistance Season 2 to do the same for The Last Jedi. I would like the seasons, the timelines to kind of butt up like they did with Resistance and TFA in Season 1, which literally butted right into the events of The Force Awakens by the end of the Resistance. So if that's true, obviously when the finale takes place, things are going on in Force Awakens. Resistance probably blowing up Starkiller Base, so I'd like Kaz and them to be aware of that type of stuff. You know, maybe Poe transmissions in, or General Leia, something. But I want Resistance Season 2 to kind of match what was done in the first season of the show, and really flesh out some lore for The Last Jedi, while also kind of intertwining the two narratives, so the Resistance narrative will mix in with The Last Jedi narrative, just like TFA did with Resistance in Season 1. Alright, number 3, I want to learn more about Doza's Imperial past in Star Wars Resistance Season 2. I mean, it was teased twice in Season 1, so I think there's a story there. There's a story that needs to be told. I mean, Kaz saw it the first time, realized that Doza was an Imperial officer at some point when he saw his digs in his closet there, and then again, Pyre kind of ribbed about it later on in the season, and Doza explained that he left for reasons of his own choosing. So, what are those reasons? I mean, is he a good guy like we've seen him turn out to be in Season 1 of the show? Or was he a little shady? Who knows, but I'd like to learn more about Doza's Imperial ties in Resistance Season 2. Alright, just like Doza's past, I want to learn more about Kel and Isla's past in Star Wars Resistance Season 2, because again, I don't think these are just 2 regular kids that were thrown on this show because their planet was taken over by the First Order. I mean, we have this symbol that was on Kel's armband that Doza looked curiously at. We saw it again when Poe and Kaz went to this planet that basically looked eradicated. It was on some sort of temple. Also, it seemed like Isla almost had Force-like powers, so I want to learn more about these 2 kids. Obviously, they're sticking around. They made it to the end of this season. I think they're going to be main characters moving forward, so are they special, or am I looking too far into this? Maybe we'll learn more in Season 2 of Resistance. And our final one's a little more lighthearted, but I'm going to try and ship Kaz with one of the 2 lady loves that I think he has his eyes on, at least based on the way he acted in Season 1. So I'm saying I'd like to see Kaz get together with Tora or Synara. I mean, Synara, he clearly had a crush on, but I think Tora, especially towards the end of the season and really the finale, the 2 worked really well together. They almost have kind of a Han Solo, Princess Leia dynamic going on. I mean, we've never really had a Star Wars lead hero kind of have a love interest. I guess you could say Anakin, and shit, look what happened there. I guess that's not good. But it always seemed to be the secondary you would take on the love interest. You know, Han and Leia, Luke kind of did his thing, and there's some weird love triangle there. But I don't know. I'd like to see a love story blossom in Star Wars Resistance Season 2 between Kaz and one of his lady loves, either Tora or Synara. So what do you think? All right, people, that's it. So those are our top 5 wants for Star Wars Resistance Season 2. I mean, that's at least what the Star Wars Time Show crew wants to see. I'm sure there's other things we could have looked at, like maybe Yeager's past. Who knows? But based on the way Season 1 ended, I think there's all sorts of potential for Season 2's narratives to go anywhere they want, but hopefully they'll at least touch on the 5 wants that we highlighted in this video. Thanks for watching, people. Keep those browsers tuned to StarWarsTime.net because there's always time for Star Wars Time. You can get the podcast through there, our videos on YouTube, and just our regular posts, fan art, whatever. We're here for you to give you your Star Wars updates. All right, may the Force be with you, always.